Good morning. It is Thursday, and I'm going to go over 3 problems from the homework over the past 2 days. Of the 6 or 7 people who have responded, you guys did really, really great. I'm very pleased and impressed, but I did want to go over 6 and 13 and 16. Okay, those just had the most missed answers. And when I say most missed, it's like 2 or 3 people max. So if you felt okay with this, you don't really need to watch, but it can't be a bad idea to kind of watch and refresh before you take your little quiz or test, I guess technically it is. Okay, so with number 6, it is an SSA problem. So that's the kind that you need to think to yourself. And so I'll go ahead and say, of the people who got this problem wrong, it's not that you got it completely wrong, it's just you forgot the second triangle, okay? So I think all of us are pretty good that you're going to start this problem like this. Okay, that's awesome. And most of you knew, let's type this in. I'm not going to do it on Desmos. I'm just going to do it in my handheld to get us going a little more quickly. All right, so then you're going to do the inverse of 0.8. And you should get 61.4. I'm going to pull up the form. I'm sorry, I should have had this already pulled up. I'm going to pull up the form so I can make sure that's what most people had for this problem. Sorry, it's taking just a second. Okay, for number 6, let's see. Yeah, so that's great. Most people everybody actually had 61.4 degrees, which is great. Now, the problem is there's a slash, okay? And the reason I know there's a slash, so I just want to make sure I'm clear on this, because this will be on your quiz in just a minute. When you find that 61.4, you need to compare it to the original angle that was given. So is it greater or less than the 47? It's greater, and so therefore you're going to have 2 solutions. Okay, so if it were less than, you would just stop. So anyways, I've just gone ahead and I've drawn the second triangle just as I drew the first triangle. And so now I'm going to find angle A again. And remember, the way that I do that is I just subtract the angle that I find from 180. Okay, so I'm going to do 180 minus 61.4. Okay. Excuse me, and you should get 118.6 degrees. Okay, and so now we should be able to find angle C for both of them just by adding and subtracting from 360. Okay, so I just feel like some of us need to remember to really think about, is that second triangle possible? Okay, because like I said, y'all are understanding the steps, which is wonderful. We just want to make sure we get both of them. Just because that is for the test in just a moment, we want to make sure that we get all of that. Okay, and so then to find side C, let's use a different color here. We're going to do and again, I think y'all are great with this. I'm just kind of doing the work because I want to make sure it's complete. And as I look at your responses, most people just put 32.4. So again, you're not wrong. You're just not all the way correct. Okay? And we're going to do the test like this, where you're going to like put both answers. Okay. Alrighty, and then you should have, sorry, I forgot the units. Okay. Wonderful. So that is how we need to do that number 6. Again, I think this, let's highlight it. This right here is the big step that you need to remember when it comes time for the test in just a minute, okay? All right, now, again, there were like 2 or 3 people that missed these problems, and I don't think it's because you don't understand. I think we just may have made a careless mistake. All right, so number 13, it's an angle side problem, so we need to turn it into an SAS problem so we can do the area formula. Some of you may have thought, because it kind of looks like angle side angle, I'm not really sure, but even that, I guess you would still have to turn into SAS. So let's see if we can do that. So we're going to find angle E first. So angle E is 45 degrees. Sorry, I'm trying to squish it in there. And so now I need to find either side D or side E. It really makes no difference which one you find. Okay, so let's just find E. So I'm going to go all right. And so you should get E is approximately 4.1. And so now, which is centimeters, now I can use, let's pick a different color. We can use side, angle, side. Okay, so I'm going to do that area formula. Area equals 1/2 4.1 and 5.1, and then remember it's sine, not cosine, okay? And then we're just going to type that in. Oops, I missed typing. And you should get, it's pretty small, so some of you may have thought that was wrong, but it's approximately 2.9 centimeters squared. Okay? Like I said, a couple people missed that, but not many. Now, I also could have found side D here if I wanted to, and then have done side angle side with the 5.1 and the D and the 45. Just make sure you're using, when you do side angle side, that the angle is in the middle, okay, of the 2 sides that you're using. Now, the last one I'm not going to talk through. I have a feeling where you may have messed up is here in the beginning, and I'll tell you why. If you type this in, let's see if I can go, if I have Desmos up. No. Here, I can just type it in. Okay. Let's type in Desmos. All right, if you type it in, I think it was 8, 9, and 10. If you type in 8 plus 9 plus 10 and then divide by 2, do you see how it's going to give you 22? It's only dividing the 10 by 2. So what you need to do is you just need to do enter and then divide by 2. Like that. Okay, or you can put it in parentheses. 8 plus 9 plus 10 parentheses and then divide by 2, and then it should work. Okay, so 13.5 is what you should have for S. That might be where you went wrong, but I think y'all have the formula down pretty well. It's just probably a careless mistake for the couple of you who missed that one. All right, so see if you can make your corrections, and good luck on your test.